Have a great match. Please remember to turn the
All
ringers
right, we're
off
going
on
to
your
turn
cell phone.
Mike Zuglin down. We're going to turn on Mike Yetnick. Where's the Highlander? He left?
Wasn't my turn to
I
watch
went
him,
for.
but he might be back.
My turn to babysit. All right. Gotcha. All right, Mike, here we go. Shane Van Boening and Alex Kazakis, another matchup of USA versus Euro.
Close lag there. Looks like Kazakis got the better hand. You see Shane Van Boning's going to be racking, and he'll be playing Alex Kazakis, who's in the chair. He'll be breaking and give those viewers that don't know these guys a chance to see who's who. In the background, you can see Billy Thorpe and Diamond Aranis in the background. They'll be playing another critical match here. The winner of that match will play the loser of this match, since this is a hot seat match. So Kazakis is about to break. He's accepting the rack. Looks like he'll be playing the 6 in the lower right corner, the 1 ball towards the side. If it misses the side, it should track towards the top right corner where he's standing. Okay, he made the 6. You see the 1 tracking towards that right corner. Lost it a little bit. May be able to bank it. Definitely has a safety option. If he doesn't like the shot, he could put the cue ball behind the 5 ball and the 1 ball towards the 4 ball. I'm not sure if he can cut this or bank it. If he banks it, he should be able to play the 2 in the same pocket. Okay, came up just a hair short. And looks like Shane's going to come out with a possible swerve shot to make the ball or slight masse. I think we're going to have a New Jersey Troy sit in with us. Yeah. And he was able to throw the ball in. How to play the 2 in the lower right corner. Troy's going to join us here, guys.
All right. Hey, Michael. We got a cracker for you here, huh? So it can be exciting. What'd you think of that bank shot there, Michael? You think he should have taken it on or played it safe? I would have played safe there.
I like him taking it on. It was close enough to where it looked like he was going to make it. So, you know, he hit the point. It's not like he missed it by much. He wants to start out strong, start out with a break and run, show that he's here to play, and put a little intimidation factor in Shane.
Oh, good luck with that.
This is actually a tough shot that Shane's got to come with here.
Yes, kind of a small pocket, right? They spit out real easy if you hit any of the sides.
It's a small pocket. He's got to jack up to stun the cue to the rail and out. You know, it's a...
Not an easy starter, right?
Yeah. Kerry started with Masse. You know, he slow rolled it in, and I don't know if it goes by the 9. It's definitely questionable.
Got a nice lock-up safe behind the 5.
He does. I like that, but he's close to the ball. I would actually push the 3 towards the second diamond and put the cue up in the upper right corner as opposed to playing the 5 if he has that. But the 5 looks like it might be more natural. So depending on what he has, he may have to accept a little bit of an easy kick out.
I do like that other shot too, because that affords you to leave some distance.
Yeah, get much more separation. I don't think that shot's there because it looks like he's playing either the 3 in the side or your shot.
Yeah, but you just bank it.
Yeah, he played the bank, and
both players going out on a limb and being a little aggressive early on.
Yeah, he scraped the long rail, so he actually hit that slightly wide.
To welcome everybody joining us here this Sunday. We got a fine match for you. The rest of the afternoon will be the same. Great professional, top quality matches.
Yeah, notice he's drawing this out as opposed to using a center ball hitting one of the edges. He's doing that because he feels like he can control the speed better and make sure that he maintains the proper angle on the 4 to get to the 5. It was a great shot by Alex. Good read on his part. As has been said before, both these guys are Mosconi Cup players. Alex for the Euro team, obviously. Shane for the USA team. Both guys have played each other before several times. That particular format and match is definitely one of the most incredible things I've seen him pull. Being a player, desiring to be on that team, I'm seeing great things happen. I'm looking forward to my opportunities and the opportunities of USA players to step it up and get involved in something a little greater than what pool's been. This obviously being one of the finest tournaments that I get to participate in, the Turning Stone. But that matchroom, I'm excited to play in what they're doing for pool.
Yeah, that's exciting for the viewers for sure.
So he's got a natural 2-railer with a little bit of low outside here, 1, 2, back to the 7 in the side. He'll have essentially a slight follow, make sure he gets slightly underneath the 8 so he can follow and play the 8 and 9 in opposite pockets. So play the 8 in the lower left and the 9 in the lower right. Okay, he chose to stun it over, same angle that he was desiring.
Yeah, no energy expended on this.
If he's funny, he can draw and play both balls in the same pocket. He is. So, okay, I say funny, but really he's perfect. So it's going to be a 1-0 lead for Alex. Both guys missed a bank. Both guys missed them marginally. I suspect they'll keep playing the banks as long as it's that close. They'll make minor adjustments. Shane could hit that ball a little harder. It would shorten up. And Alex could hit it a little softer, and it would have lengthened out, and both guys would have made both banks. So, not much adjustments need to be had. They were close enough to consider the shot and think that it was of a high percentage.
Yeah, I was just a little surprised of the strategy of both of them being aggressive, to tell you the truth.
So I'm going to mention Alex's sponsors again since he's at the table. Alex is sponsored by IQ Cues, Taum Tips and Chalk, Clutch Shot Apparel, King 8 Pull Club in Greece, and Home Burger. I think a family member owns a burger joint in Greece. Also do a quick shout out to Annie Flores, a big support. She's been his coach while he's here and a good supporter of his game for a couple of years now, and he's performing well. I'm sure she has a big impact on that. Back to the game, he's got a very awkward position on the 2. I don't believe it's cuttable, and I don't see a natural safe. He may actually have to push out from here.
Yeah, he made the wing ball and the one on the side.
If he can thin it and get the cue behind the 5-8 by going 2 rails or 3 rails, that might be the best option, because if he does leave the 2 in that general vicinity, there's no high percentage. He's looking at trying to thin it, using the 3 ball to stop the progress of the cue and maybe playing a safe behind the 6. That's his other option. He needs to clip the 3 and come to the right.
You don't want to clip the 6, though, for sure.
He'll want to miss the 6.
You know what I'm saying? You definitely
clip
don't
the 3 and come to the right. That's the play there. Now, this is very kickable. 1 rail. He doesn't have to make it, of course, but
He can make it in the corner.
I don't think he can make it in the corner. He can hit it and play a safety behind those 2 balls, but I think he can kick it 1 rail towards the side easier. But he's looking at the safe behind the 5-8. So he's looking at kicking it where his cue is,
I see a
clipping
shot.
the 2 and putting the cue ball behind the 5-8.
Well, that's a good shot. I like that. But there's a definite long travel that he has to get that cue ball behind that. Well, how about if you go up to the top short rail and kick it a little slow and
Try to get behind the 6.
Yeah, because you have the 3 kind of blocking the pocket, and the 6 there is a little traffic. It's a containing kick. But
He's opting to jump this in the side, I believe.
no, that's a good one. I like that.
Full cue jump. He could jump it in the side or the corner. I'm not sure what she's going for.
I think that it's close enough to the side.
Yeah, he went for the side,
Hit the point.
and he is going to end up getting a bad roll because Alex has either the 2 or the 2-9 combination. I think he'll favor the 2 straight away instead of taking the combination. And he'll play position naturally for the 4, 1 rail up.
You got
Or
the 3.
Yeah, I mean 3, but yeah, no real difficulties once he pockets his 2. He looks like he's drawing it. I'm a little surprised by that. I like just following it 1 rail out, but he's got to have a better view at the table. He needs to get above the 4.
Came in a little short. I mean, he may have it, but
He
it's
has it.
awfully close.
Yeah, the follow shot, I don't think there was any possibility of getting stuck behind anything. So might have been a slight decision error, or maybe I see the angle slightly differently, but he could end up having to play the 4 ball on the side because he got so funny on this ball.
I think he hit it a little full and not enough. He wanted a little more English to take it. Hit a little flat, say.
Yeah, or just lack power a little bit. I think I might play this for the side or the corner. He could play it in the opposite side or the side that he's closest to, or play in the corner. I'm not sure if he can come between. He's seen that now, so he's really trying to come between and play the 4 in the same pocket. The 4 must go by the 9 ball. So this is a lot of outside English. He's really got to judge the deflection and the swerve well on this shot, because this is new claw, so it swerves a little more and it deflects a lot more. Okay, and he wasn't able to do that.
We got a little fortunate there. This 4 still goes into the side.
He got a lot fortunate.
Hit
That
that
was
a little thin, I guess.
Everything but not in the pocket. I don't understand how that didn't fall. Yeah, he definitely hit the 3 thin, and that's judging the deflection. Like I said, he apparently overcompensated for the deflection and hit it on the thin side. The ball was close enough to the pocket to still go in, but left him this tough shot in the 4. Should he make this, he should have position on the 5, though, so not the worst result by far for if you're an Alex fan. Let's see if he does a short pullback.
Missed it.
I always like to see the mechanics of guys when they have tough shots, like in the jaws of the pocket or on the rail. Like if they take shorter strokes or longer strokes, how they address the ball. Do they step further away from the table before attacking it? You can learn a lot watching players and how they approach the shots, as much as whether the ball's going or not. And the pattern they choose. I believe Shane's going to use a low outside here, go to the long rail and back out for the 6 or for the 5. Or is that this? Yeah, for the 5.
This is the winner right here.
Yeah, low outside. And he got just enough to stay above the 5, which is all he needed. He'll approach a Z pattern, but really just one leg of the Z. Come back for the 6 straight across.
Yeah, the rest of this rack just keeps your elbow loose.
Okay, at a little thinner angle, so he went back and forth. That's probably to make sure he doesn't get too much grip on the cue ball and the 5 ball, and it doesn't react a little differently. Sometimes if you hit that softly, it actually cuts less. By hitting it thin, it has a crisp cut on the ball and maintains the position. Now that one he hit softer and sort of threw it in the pocket with outside, and he almost didn't make it. It was a little bit of a chubby hit.
Wiped its feet.
It's a pure draw, and he's out here. A nice little stroke there by Shane, and we're going to go
1-1?
1-1.
All right, SVB 1-1. Alex Kazakis.
In the meantime, James Dodong won the. I'm sorry. Yeah.
All right. We'll get back to that one.
Dodong is 2-0 on Billy Thorpe.
Thank you.
All right, guys, so currently the score is 1-1. Even Steven raced to 9. This is a hot seat match for Turning Stone, so the winner of this is guaranteed second place.
It's one of the bigger money matches right now, right? In change of prize funds.
Definitely a, well-organized event. If you pay, you play. There's no slots held for certain players or anything of that nature. No politics. Mike just does if you play, you're in. Kind of environment. I love it. Shane here is probably playing the 2 ball in the corner, the 1 ball towards the side, possibly banking towards where he's standing. Missed both balls, was able to pocket the 5 ball, which is a little bit of luck.
Look at this.
We may see a carom on the 9 here.
Especially with the 7-3 tied up over here.
Yeah, this isn't ideal. He could also play
Bank
a good safe here. He could bank the 1 towards the 4, follow the cue ball, and freeze him on the 9.
Yeah, I like that.
And that's a really solid safety if it's there. I'm not sure if it's there.
How about 2 for 1? You go for the bank on the 1, and you play the carom and the cue ball down below, too.
He's playing, that's possible, but if you're going for the carom, you're going to put all your money in one basket. I'm going to try to make the 9, especially since the 3-7's tied up. Yeah, he didn't want to open up that 3-7.
Ooh.
This could be precarious for Shane. And just a quick shout out to Shane's people and backers and sponsors. Q-Tech, obviously a big sponsor of Shane Van Boening. He's using the carbon fiber Synergy shaft. He's also sponsored by Andy Cloth, Dynamic Spheres, and Vena, VNEA Pool Leagues. So
Let's play this 3 rails and play safe, or is he going
I
at
think
it?
he's going 2 rails. Cut shot and go long, back towards the 2. I think the 2 goes between the 3 and the 7. 1, 2. Okay, he went 3. And got perfect on the 2 ball. Didn't get safe behind the 9. He would actually like to be slightly on the other side of the 2, so he wouldn't have to go towards the 7 off the 3.
Is that 2 pass?
I'm pretty sure if it doesn't, I'm pretty sure it does. If it doesn't, he's got almost perfect on the 2-3 combo, if not perfect on the 2-3 combo. But I think it clears. Yeah, the screen might be slightly deceiving, guys. I do believe that the 3 clears, and he can actually clip the 7, play position on the 4 after. So let's see what sort of position he ends up. Oh, and it was slightly blocked, like you said, and he wasn't able to put it down.
This is kind of hinky too, because if he shoots this 2 on the side, that 4 ball is going to block his cue ball, possibly behind a 6-8, unless he gives it some juice.
He could bank it, or he could freeze him between the 4-8. You know,
Yeah.
Or he could try to go through him. He looks like he's going
Could
through him.
play carom on a 4.
Yeah, he went through him. And as you said, and as he saw, I'm sure, he had to get a little lucky to get shape, and he didn't. He's got some good kick opportunities. If he can spin and hit the right side of the 3, the cue will go towards the 7-4-8, and the 3 will go out table, and he'll leave him
Lock
safe.
him in tight, yeah.
So not the end of the world that he didn't get a good shot in the 3. A little frustrating, I'm sure, but he's got some options here.
He was definitely looking to get a little fortunate on it. He did put enough speed on it, I liked.
He gave himself a good chance with the speed and pace at which he hit it. He's looking at the 2-railer to see if he could put the 3 over by those balls and bring the cue up table. That's the other option.
That's dangerous. It makes especially if you're trying to hit a little thin on that side.
Yeah, if he comes underneath, he's not likely to leave him safe that way. But if he can go 1 rail at it, I think he's got a really good chance of leaving the cue ball to the right and the 3 ball up table, splitting the 2 balls and getting a good safety with those 4 balls, the 9, 8, 4, and 7.
As long as it doesn't leak out here. It could follow too if he hits it too close in the face.
Yeah, he's trying to judge exactly how much of the 3 he wants to hit. And it's really like, I want to say almost a 3/4 ball hit. That's perfect. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that leaked out on him.
Well, it's still all right.
I mean,
Alex is in a tough position still.
Alex is in a tough position, but he could have been much worse.
Oh, he could have been buried behind it. Like I said, it has a tendency to leak out,
Yeah.
especially if both balls are away from the rail a little
Yeah, there were
bit.
just a couple windows there, and he found a window, just like you said. A good call, Troy.
I think he can catch the right side of this 3 ball and bring the cue ball down. It's a tough, thin cut.
Well, if he can hit the left side of the 3, he might be able to bank it off the 9 in the side.
Or
You know,
put it behind
Or put
the
it in the
9.
area, you know, and bring the cue ball all the way back.
Right.
If he can hit it thin, he can bring the cue ball all the way back behind these 3 balls.
I don't think he can see the left side of that ball. It's either the face or the right side.
Yeah, if that's the case, then he's in a very bad spot, and I might masse to hit the left side of the ball. You know, a slight masse, but
I like kicking at it actually because of it being elevated. It's just me. I mean,
yeah, no, I
there's
hear
an
you.
option.
But if you're already elevated, you can masse pretty easy, you know. And
Oh,
I think
right,
that's
right,
what
right,
he's.
right. Yeah.
I think he's getting a slight masse and hitting the left side. I think this might be the move here. He's going to feel it and say, "Is this right? Does it feel good? Does it not?" You know, and he'll make his decision on that. He does have a 2-rail kick, kicking sort of towards the talon chalk there, and going 2 rails towards the 3 ball. It's just there's no safety if you hit it that way. This way, he's got a chance.
Yeah, it's just this shot is what's your best chance to come out okay.
He's got a chance. Did he make it off the 9? He did.
He did.
All right, so he played the first shot. Good shot, good choice. I think he got shape on the 4.
Yeah, I think the 4 passes for sure.
And he might be able to use the 8 to stop the cue and play the 6 in the lower left, or he might be able to swing between the 8 and the 6 and get to the other side.
Yeah, kind of go back and forth.
Yeah, where he's putting his cue now. It's a tight window, though. You know, but he might be forced to play that just because of the thinness of the hit on the 4.
I think you don't want to hit it, but if you do, I think it'll still come out okay.
Yeah, a lot of danger when you touch balls. You know, you don't want to.
You don't want to, definitely don't want to hit anything, but if you do, I don't think it's really going to hurt him.
I wonder how Ronis is doing over there. I see him.
I think
closing
it's
that rack.
5-0.
5-0. Thanks, Alex.
He's going very fast on that table.
Double D's
Yeah,
on.
I like this.
Yeah, that was back and forth. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
on a mission.
He doesn't want to be jacked up. That would be very unfortunate if he's jacked up. I think he's clear of it.
Yeah, and he has the bottom left side of that ball too. If he need be, he can kind of pinch at it.
Yeah, I think he's got a full cue, so he's good here. He's just going to come back to the middle, favoring the left side a little bit. Oh, he was almost straight in. That's a whole nother animal.
Well, this is where you get a little confused. I do, at least. You just draw it back, play it inside, because he's almost straight. He can't really get off the rail too much.
Yeah, if he can pop it off the rail a little bit, he will. And I think he might just force a little bit off the rail, making sure that he pockets the ball. Yeah, that's a great shot. So he played the outside of the pocket, forced it up, and got nice on the 8. Almost a stop shot. Maybe he goes to the rail and out, but he's looking great now.
Yeah, that was a
Stop shot.
nice way to use access to the whole pocket to throw the ball and get position on the 8.
Cheated the pocket a little bit, made his life a lot better for the 8 and 9, and nice out by Alex. And we're looking at a 2-1 Alex Kazakis lead.
Because he was pretty straight on that into
He's
the
very
pocket.
straight. He was very straight. So he cheated it, and he hit it with a nice longer stroke. So he had a little more energy on the cue, and put a little bit outside to spin it up.
Yeah, that made from a situation that looked a little bit, it could get you in a little trouble, because if you drew back and you got funny on that 8 in the side, you can get a little nervous shooting a tougher shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he was able
It was
to.
definitely an awkward position that he made look easy. That had he jarred the ball or something, people would think it was a bad shot. But he played an incredible shot, really, and it looked like a simple shot.
Yeah, that's for sure. I agree with
Very-
Michael. Yeah, like the little nuances of the game.
Yeah.
It made it look. Everybody's going to make it look easy, but you know what? In reality, it was a very good shot.
Okay, so he's playing the 6 in the corner and the 1 in the side. Good thing is the 1, 4, and 2 up table likely after this break. Let's see if the 1, 4, and 2 are an up table.
Damn.
1,
Don't
4,
look
2
like
are up
nothing.
table,
Holy, nothing.
and he's going to come up
Dry.
dry. So wasn't able to pocket the 6. As you can see, the 1, 4, and 2 did end up on the top half of the table. That's a interesting little lineup with the 6-9 that Troy's pointing out here. We should get a telestrator at some point. Let's talk to Al.
Ship it out.
So I think what he's going to do is bank the. Well, he's looking at the cut. I like banking the 1 towards the right corner and clipping the 2 and playing position on the 1 in the right corner. I think he's going to spin this with left English and kick the 1 towards the 2 and leave the 1 in front of the pocket where the 2 is now.
This could get funny too. I like your shot better.
He's got to hit this just right. And he did.
Yeah, nice. That's why he's SVB. Watch,
Yeah.
is he going to get stuck up behind this ball?
8.
He's blocking us a bit, but I think he's
Camera two.
yeah, he's definitely blocked by the 8 ball. We'll see that in a second, guys. Our infamous Al is not here, so we don't have the ability to change the screens, but this is the best screen for the overall view. He's going 2 rails at this, and he's going to end up great. Oh, no, he's not. It was looking like he was going to leave him safe behind the 3.
The black mouse is the one. There we go.
All right, guys. So we can toy a little bit more with the cameras now, but we got a good view right here. He's got to avoid this 9 ball and somehow get back to the 3. And this is a very tall order. He's probably going to hit the 9 and try to come off it and up. So he'll try to hit the top of the 9 with like a draw and outside. So when he hits the rail, he comes back towards the 3. Okay, so instead he tried to use a follow shot, clip the 9, and go back up table, but the hit the 9 a little thick, which made him go into the 6, which kept the cue ball in a bad position. As I said, he was in a bad spot. He tried to make the best of it, just didn't come out ahead here. So he's looking at what kind of safety he has from here. I think he can hit the left side of the 3, bank the 3 towards the 7, and put the cue ball back up table behind the 8 and the 9. But if he can't do that, he may have to come up with another option. But if he can hit the left side of the 3 and get the cue by the 7, that should be a really good play, and he's very likely to get him behind the 8 and 9.
You can almost go at the 3 at that thin cut.
He could
on the
also
left
try to
side.
cut it and get position on the 4. It's almost a free shot.
Right, yeah. I like that
You know, he's
shot.
got to play the cue a little further out if he does that.
And played it thin.
Yeah, he played my shot, but he put a little English on the cue and played behind the 6 instead of behind the 9 and 8.
Nice safe there.
And
Yeah,
I think
tough kick here.
I think Shane can clip the right side of the 3, and if he can, he's actually much better than.
Yeah, it pushes that 3 over towards that left-hand corner pocket. I mean, what are you kicking it to?
Well, I think he can clip it thin with left English, and he'll track between the 7 and 4, and maybe get him behind the 8 and the 9. You know, it's asking a lot,
Right,
but that's
yeah.
pretty much what I see. Or he could just try to thin it and put the cue ball back behind the 4 and the 6. You know, there's a scratch there, though.
If he gets rail first, he's going to leave it out there.
Okay. Played something different. I learned a little something there. He went underneath it and ended up smelling like roses. I don't think that was his intention, but he
Actually, he did hit 3 first and
Oh,
banked
yeah.
it.
Oh, he hit the 3 first?
Yeah, he hit the 3 first. He went 2 rails, 3 rails.
Okay, I thought he kicked it, but
Is that guy this good?
I don't think
Really?
he played this.
He
But
Really?
maybe he did.
I don't know.
Yeah, he is that good. He curved the ball a little with the inside English. So he
There
must
you go.
say that he jacked up, curved it, and he got the thing. And that's why cue ball didn't go much. It went out straight.
Yeah, Alex is
Going for his
looks
jump.
like he's jumping this ball.
From the middle of the table. It's a tough one.
Yeah, he's going to jump it back to the pocket he's in, you know, where he's jacked up over. So he's trying to make it in the upper right corner. He's got a couple blockers. This doesn't have to end poorly for him because he is kind of tracking it towards balls.
Well, he
And
made it.
Made it in center of the pocket, and he's going to have to keep that
Do it
cue out.
again. What a shot. The ability of these players to
Amazing shot, but cue ball position was quite unpredictable.
But the ability of these players to jump with their full cue is very impressive.
Yeah, there's some technique and there's some technology behind those things. He's looking at trying to masse this and swerve into the 4. He'll have shape on the 5 if he does that. But tough shot. A little unfortunate not to get a little better roll after hitting that incredible jump bank.
It's a tough kick.
I think he's going to try to masse into it. No, you're right. He's going to kick at it.
Nice short distance to go at this. He
This
possibly
has good
could
results,
make this,
though.
right?
Yeah, if he hits the bottom of the 4, which he's aiming at, he could get the 4 by the 7 if he misses it. And the cue's going to go the other way. He's going to get separation. He's not going to hit this too soft because he'll have shape on the 5 if he makes it.
Yeah, a lot of good things could happen here.
Yeah, this is the smartest play. I'm a little disappointed in myself not seeing it sooner, but tough shot there for,
That's about as
for
worst
Shane.
that could happen for
Yeah,
Alex.
he hit the wrong side of the ball. He hit the top side of the ball. He wanted to hit the bottom. Shane's got to come with a very tough shot because the cue ball looks like it's frozen.
If I give any pointers out from some of the younger players, I tell them to make sure they stay flat on this shot right here, meaning don't jack up. You leave your cue parallel with the top of the table.
Interesting that on the rail shot, Shane took off his extension.
To reduce the weight
Yeah,
in
because
the back.
the extension has weight on it, and he doesn't want it holding the cue,
Right.
lifting the tip up after contact. So he's trying to keep the tip down on the cue.
Well, unless you're Earl Strickland, who jacks up on the rail shots and shoots them straight.
Well,
Here we go.
Shane has studied with Earl and big fan of Earl, and is also jacked up on this shot. So let's see if he doesn't spear it in.
No problem.
What
like
a
you had
beautiful
eyes.
shot.
Extension goes back on, back in business.
That was another one of those shots where it looked fairly. He made it look fairly easy.
Oh, that was an incredible
It
shot.
was an incredible shot.
That is so missable that he needs to be recognized for his quality play there. But going from the 6 to the 7 is very natural. 7 to the 8, he'll play the 8 in the lower left corner. The 8 to the 9 is a little demanding, so he'll want to make sure he has a proper angle on the 8 to attack the 9.
Shoot it past the side into that top corner.
This is a case where he could shoot it either way because it is off the rail. It's not going to hug the rail and clip the side pocket. So he's got choices here. He looks like he might be playing the 8 in the lower right corner instead of the lower left corner, which means to me that he's probably going to play the 9 up table.
Well, you got a nice angle. He can do either, wherever he feels comfortable.
Yeah, I do believe he's going to play up table though. We'll see. We'll see in a sec. Oh, amped up. So he's playing it in the proper quadrant. So when I say proper quadrant, saying that if a ball is in the quadrant like the 9's in the lower left quadrant, you would generally try to play it in that position. He actually hit that a little wide,
A little fat,
but
a little thin.
yeah, went to the outside of the pocket. You can see Billy shooting in the background there.
2-1.
It's 2-2.
Yeah, current score, guys, 2-2.
And Billy has an opportunity to put a score on the board if he can run out this rack.
So almost the same pattern. Looks like the 6 going in the corner, the 1's going towards the side. And the 6 got
And
kicked
the
out. The
9 went.
9 ball went straight in, which counts on this tour. So, and it went straight in. So there was a gap on the ball underneath the 9 on the left side. So 9 tracked right towards the corner.
Yeah, as a racker, you don't want to leave. You want to definitely look at for
You
that.
want to make sure the back 2 balls are locked, just so that the 9 doesn't have that much movement. Unfortunate rack for Alex. He needs to be a little more thorough, making sure that that back ball is locked up on the 9. Very fortunate for Shane to make that ball,
Yeah,
because
nice.
he didn't make any other balls except for the 9. So
Nice quick one for himself.
yeah, no work. Billy was able to connect on that other table. You see, he's about to break over there.
Right.
So we have a
Maybe
match on the
things
table.
will turn around for him a little bit. At least he has a chance.
So Shane's breaking from the same spot. Let's see if the 9 moves at all. If the 9 moves, you know he's having difficulty getting the 2 and 9 locked up.
Well, that was a better
Okay,
rack.
9 did not move. And Shane came up.
This is
No, he
about
made a
as-
ball. He made a ball, and he's looking great.
Yeah, it's about as good as the 9 ball.
Yeah, notice that the 9 ball stayed still. That means that there was a very good rack by Alex. And he didn't get punished for making a slight error. But he did get punished because Shane's got to connect the dot out.
Go with the 4 on the side. Do you
Yeah.
mess with that, or do you come down low?
I think you do. I would play for the 4 on the side, just because I can actually clip the 7 off the rail a little bit and get better shape on the 6. The 6 is natural. He wants to be right there. If he can clip the 7, he can push it down a little bit. Then the 6 to the 7's even easier. But I think everything in this rack is really the 6 to the 7. Okay, he's going to roll forward a bit. He may twist this in with a little right to pull the cue ball to the right a little bit. It looks like he's drawn it. So he's got to control his speed, which he did nicely. And if he doesn't clip the 7, he's just as well. As long as he stays underneath the 6, he's got options. But if he clips the 7, gets it off the rail, then he has a much bigger target for the 7 position after he makes the 6. Obviously, he'd like to get straight in on the 6. They can just draw it straight back and not be frozen on the rail, which I don't think is a possibility from his angle. Yeah, this is absolutely ideal. If he's favoring the right side slightly, he can draw it past the side. If he's close to the side, he'll just draw it with the proper speed.
Just got to watch if he's dead straight towards the side pocket.
Yeah, he's taking a little bit of time, which means that he is dead straight. So he's got to control his speed. He can't cheat the pocket at all.
You just got to control a draw not to get back all the way back, and you don't want to come up
Yeah, this
short.
is pure cue ball speed control.
Just like that.
Hit it
Wow.
absolutely perfectly. Even maintain angle so he won't be on the rail after he pockets the 7 for the 8.
You need to draw back 7.5 inches.
And it looks like he left a stun draw over to the left side, so he'll play the 8 in the lower right corner.
It's nice because you get to hit this a little bit.
Yeah, he's nice and thick on this ball, so almost a complete transfer of energy to the 8. Oh, he had a little more angle than I thought, so he played a Z pattern. Nice shot. And a straight in shot in the 9. Looks like a little lead finally. 4-2 for Shane.
We got a new leader.
So he's a little further ahead than I thought, but it's a 4-2 score in favor of Shane Van Boening. And looks like 8-1 for Aranis against Billy Thorpe. And that just goes to show you sometimes there can be blowouts and the other opponent really doesn't have anything to say in the match. And it seems like Billy's just been racking. I haven't really seen him at the table much, which, unless I'm mistaken, he hasn't made many errors. But getting tortured a little bit by Aranis. We've all been there.
You got a quick 20 minutes at the table to maintain control of the full table, and
Yeah,
with
maybe he should have wiped his towel every time in between each shot. The one rack I saw him make.
there we go, SVB to the break.
Yeah, it looks like the 7 ball and the 1 in the side, 7 in the lower right corner. I think, or maybe the 5 ball in the lower right corner.
Cue ball got kicked around a little bit, wound up pretty nice. If that 8 hangs, that's even better.
It's a lot better. He's still a bit awkward though.
He's thin on it, yeah. The cue ball's going to come flying out.
He may not choose to shoot 1 in that pocket.
Yeah, he's probably going to play the 1-8 combination and try to hold the cue somewhere to the left side, either on the left side of the 3 or maybe try to go between the 4 and the 3 for position. Coming 2 rails, long rail, short rail towards the 4. He should still have shape on the 1. The 6 ball is a big ball though. He's got to avoid being trapped by the 6.
Yeah, and he really can't let the cue ball go like the path that he's looking at. Let it come out like 3 rail type of position, because could be buried behind these balls down here.
I think the 1's going to get out past the 6. If he can go rail first. Yeah. What an incredible shot there.
Oh, look at this.
Big bounce, baby. Big bounce. He's got no shot.
I think this might throw in.
What a horrific roll. The good thing is that he's got a lot of quality safeties. He can attack the 7 ball, going between the 4 and the 3 with the cue ball. He might be able to spin. Well, he might be able to hit it thin and go 2 rails, sort of a Z pattern towards the 7 as well. Going long rail towards the 7. So he's got a couple options. He can either spin it towards the 7 1 rail or spin 2 rails going on the other side of the table towards the 7.
Just want to jump in there real quick, guys. John Reed, thank you for your contribution. Just got it. Also, Fast and Loose Designs, thank you for your contribution. Thanks for the stream, Al. Keep it up, Fast and Loose. Chris Santana, Fast and Loose Designs. Thank you, Chris. Mark Hollefson. thank you for your contribution.
Yeah, this may be a little more difficult than I thought. He's spending quite a bit of time on this shot, so maybe that window's a little hard to hit between the 3 and the 4. So maybe he's really trying to calculate how to go long rail by the first diamond to the other long rail by the second diamond towards the 7.
Okay, I
You know,
see
sort
that.
of a
Yeah,
Z
it's like
pattern.
a Z
That's-
shot.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell from this angle how much of the ball he has.
I don't think he can go for the bank. I mean, that's the only other. He's such a good one pocket player. He could be playing. Yeah,
That's what he's looking at.
I don't think he can get it between the 3 and 4. So he's trying to block him with the 6 ball.
Left it out there a little bit.
Now, I used a 2 ball instead. I don't know if that was intentional, but Billy has a, or sorry, Kazakis has a real easy one rail kick at the 1 towards the side pocket. Problem is that if he misses the side, he's probably going to hit the 3 ball, which is going to sell at the 1. Usually this is a pretty solid safety, but he's got a little problem with that 3 ball in the position it's in.
And if he hits it a little bit too much to the right or not thick enough, the cue ball comes sliding down.
Yeah, you get both balls sort of on the same side of the table, which you never really want.
Just want to hit the backside, get it.
If
come
he can
down
get it deep, that might
Yeah.
be the best. You know, if
Right.
he can get it to go around the 3, that might be ideal.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, good speed there.
He hit that absolutely perfectly. Super shot by Alex Kazakis, and you know, he didn't have to end up that well, but he surely planned that shot. That wasn't an accident.
We had one ball to hide behind.
Yeah.
It was a very nice shot.
Perfect speed, though.
Shane might be going to the jump shot.
I think he's going to jump it and try to clip the 9 in.
Yeah, I believe so too.
It's a little bit of a two-way shot. If he overcuts the 1, then he makes the 9. If he makes the 1, then he gets to shoot at the 2 next.
Banks it up table and leaves him safe behind the 4.
I think he's trying to cut it. Yeah.
Or makes it up in the corner. A little fortunate there.
Okay, so guys, Aranis beat Billy 9-1. A little bit of a blowout. Again, probably nothing Billy could do. I really just saw Aranis at the table the whole time. It might have been a break and run exhibition over there. You guys probably had a better view if you're sweating that match. Thanks for watching. But back here, Shane's looking good on this rack. And hoping to extend his lead to 5-2. He left himself slightly awkward because the 7 ball looms large here. We might see him draw this out as opposed to follow this because of the 7 position. If he can beat the 7 and come back up, he'll do that. But he's using it low outside and trying to hit that second diamond and spin up as high as he can for the 4.
He looks very nice and comfortable here. The winner here goes on to the finals.
Yeah, good shot by Shane, and as you can see, quality result. It seemed like he had perfect speed there. Got right to the center of the table. On this 6 ball, I like to use a 3-rail position, and so does Shane. He wants to make sure he's not straight on the 7, so he'll underhit this ball slightly and stay a little closer to the long rail than he does come down to the short rail, I believe. This ensures that he has angle on the 7. Now I can use follow with left or a stun draw with almost just a full tip below center and just power it up. Okay, he did a full tip below center and powered it up. When I say power, he didn't have to hit it that hard, but nice stroke by Shane. Beautiful shape, and like I said, looks like a 5-2 extension of his lead. And take a moment, guys, to thank Jacoby Custom Cues. They make fine cues if anyone's interested. Kamui Tips and Chalk, another great company, provide quality tips and quality chalk for you guys. Amsterdam Billiards and Bar is my homeroom. They take care of me. I should do a nice shout out to them. Hopefully anyone there, players are watching. I hope you guys are checking it out in Amsterdam. Appreciate your support, guys. Azala Botanicals, also a great company, dealing with some products there of interest, oils and some other things for you guys. Nibs Nook, for those of you that want to care for your animals and get a little more high-end product, a little healthier product for your animals, Nibs Nook is a good way to go. Narcoleptic tip chalk holders, narcoleptic chalk holders. Bradley makes a fine 3D printed chalk holder. Quick shout out to them. Baltimore City Q's is here now. If anyone's interested in some Q products, they have a booth here at Turning Stone. And I'll clip back to this rack, and it looks like Shane hit a perfect break, perfect shape on the one here.
This looks like a Cosmo.
Pretty much.
Yeah, this doesn't look like much work involved here.
He's going to play the 2, 3, and 4 all in the same pocket, play a little one pocket for us.
This should be quick.
This is 2 rails out, a little bit of right English. Hit it a little firm, but he'd rather be above the ball than underneath the ball, so he's okay here. He's going to hit that same 2 rail route for the 4. And the 4 he's going to use top inside, go 2 rails towards the 6, or center inside. Looks like more center inside. He wants to get a little deeper. And I'll come back to the middle of the table. Probably play maybe a 2 or 3 rail position to the 8 off the 7. I would stay slightly underneath the 7 to have a natural 3 rail position. Let's see what he prefers here.
We can kind of just pinch it back a little bit too. Oh, he's got a little more angle.
Yeah, I like the side pocket 3 rail position. It's actually become one of my more favorite positions for the 8 ball.
No,
it's just
staying
so
up
natural.
top with the 3. Right.
Yeah.
The 3 rails. I like that too.
It's so natural, and it's almost hard to fail the speed here. You know, you almost never end up straight in on the ball. So now he'll be off the rail for the 9 ball. It's just a seemingly easier shape than trying to get straight on that 7 and then draw back or follow for the 8.
Yeah, and there's no chance that you're really scratching. It's just
Yeah, it takes away all the dangers. So extending his lead to 6-2. Alex didn't get another shot there.
this is a race to 9, first to 9.
Let's Go Print Guys, NYC does some nice print work for shirts and other apparel. If anyone's interested in upgrading their tournament wear or other stuff, please reach out to Let's Go Print NYC. And please, I'll try to keep you posted on some new things coming from the billiardist.com.
Mike Howerton up in the bleachers there, giving her live scoring, doing a great job. Kudos to him for sure.
Next match is going to be at 5 o'clock, guys. So that'll be the loser of this table and the Uranus will be the next match. And then the finals will play whoever wins this match.
Versus the winner of those two.
Right.
We're on a sticking around, sweating this match. Alex looking at these balls that he's racking, making sure not to make another mistake with the leaving the back balls a little loose behind that 9 ball.
Well, if both balls are loose, it turns out to be a slug rack. But if one ball is loose, the 9 tracks towards the loose ball,
Right.
so towards the corner. So he's gonna make sure he doesn't get another quick loss, or at least try to. You know, sometimes the gap is so small. Actually, the smaller the gap, the more movement on the 9. Oddly enough, if there's a big gap, the 9 doesn't move as much. But if you have a small
Get
gap,
a clash, right?
it flies. Playing the 6 in the corner. Dead in. And a little awkward on the 1, a lot awkward on the 1.
An aggressive shot. I'm not sure if the 1 goes, but
It looks like there's a window, and I almost feel like he has to play it.
Well, the other aggressive shot, the 3 ball's hanging, so you can stop the 1 with the 7 and
Play a carom shot on
play
the
a
3.
carom.
And that's what he's looking at. He's got to hope that the 1 doesn't go behind the 8 or get clogged up with the 8. If he hits the 7 with any sort of angle, then the 1's going to travel a little bit, and it's a little harder to predict. If he can go right into the 7 and stop the progress and play position on the 1 with the cue ball pocketing the 3, that's what he's trying here.
Yeah, I like how this guy plays.
Perfectly executed. Great call, Troy.
He really plays pretty. He's got a little bit of funniness down here. Getting the 2 to the 4. He's going to have to jack up and spike this in.
He's just trying to play the angle where he can use top inside off the 2 and come across for the 4 ball.
Man, that's going to be treacherous.
I don't.
Inside, throwing it in the side pocket.
Oh.
This is good. This is much better.
Okay, so he's still going to play a Z pattern off the 2. Long rail towards the 4. This is a stun outside, so a little bit below center with a half tip of right.
He only has to get on to the other side of the table, below the side pocket to be comfortable.
Right, he wants to be above the 4, so he's natural to get on the 5. And he doesn't really want to be on the rail. Look how good his cue ball speed is. You know, he made sure he stayed off the rail, and he got the proper angle on the 4 to come up for the 5.
You see most players, novice players, they wind up on the rail all the time.
Well, you know you understand the speed well if you're not on the rails. You know, if you're getting on the rails a lot, you know your speed's a little off. It's a good little barometer. Now I stay above the 8, and I use the rail to play position for the 9, so I would draw back a hair.
Okay. Yeah, stay away from that rail, too.
Yeah. Okay, he went forward a little bit. So he's going to play a Z pattern towards the 9 again. He's going to go long rail, trying to hit the 3rd diamond on the 2nd long rail. Maybe the 2nd diamond's still good. He's going at the 2nd diamond. Now see, that speed was a little off, right? So he's a little close to the rail. This is a much more demanding shot than if he gotten off the rail.
Yeah, 4 or 5 inches.
But he's good. You know, it's straight enough, and he can still roll it in.
What we got for a score there, Michael?
Currently, we're at 7-2. Troy, he's putting on a bit of a clinic here.
Yeah, nice. It's only a race to 9, so Alex Kazakis, if he does find a chance, there's not much room for error.
Yeah, Alex has come back from further deficits, that's for sure. And he's got a lot of heart and great player. He just needs an opportunity, and
He may or may not get it.
it's in Shane's court whether he gets an opportunity or not. Or in Shane's cloth, what do we say?
Either one.
In Shane's rails?
It'll work.
I'm going to have to create some new pool terms.
He does know how to redirect pretty well, though. And make the fine adjustments up there in the top rail. Most players have been using the cut break, correct, Michael?
Oh, yeah. I've seen very few square breaks, and that's really dictated by the rack. If the rack is racked well, then they'll use a cut break. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What ball did he make?
I don't know. I didn't see one. Yeah, one snuck in.
Looks like he made the 6 ball. I don't remember what the wing ball was. I was slightly distracted. Sorry, guys. But he looks like he's got a safe behind the 4-2.
He may be able to thin this in, too.
Yeah, if he can thin it in, that's obviously you'd like to keep him off the table, but I don't think that's an option. And I was completely wrong. Troy called
look
that
at this,
all
man.
the way, and it actually made the whole rack
Oh, my
simple.
God. I can get out from here.
Yeah, almost a stop shot.
Look at this. SV Beacon waltz right into the onto the hill.
Yeah, the 7 to the 8 is the only thing slightly demanding, and that's only if the 9 blocks the pocket at all. I'm not sure if it does.
Yeah, the 8 may have to go somewhere
He's checking now
besides
to make
there.
sure. But he's got so many options with the 7. The 5 to the 7 is so natural. He could play that 3-rail position underneath the 8 if he wants for the
Side or the corner, correct?
yeah. I mean, really all the other pockets if he wants. He could also try to push it over with the 5. If he thinks that it's a little awkward, he could have stayed slightly above it and pushed it down, you know, and clipped it over to the right.
Oh, yeah, look at this shot. That's a good move here.
You
I
know,
like that the best.
If he got there. I'm not sure if he did, but
You don't want to tie it up either, so
yeah, you got to hit the left side of the 8.
or have it come back and haunt you off the bottom rail.
He doesn't have to do anything. He could also move the 8 if he or the 9 if he wanted, but that's a little riskier because you got to hit the top side, and you're going to have a tougher position on the 7.
He elected not to hit anything.
Yeah, so
I
he's
think that
going
was
to.
a good move.
I think he can draw back to the right side of the table if the 8 doesn't go by the 9. I think he got straight enough where he can draw over just above the side. But he may just be accepting the 8. Yeah, the 8 must go. He wouldn't have played that if it didn't.
I'll hit this with a nice slow speed to let the pocket accept in case he does touch the
A
rail.
little errant stroke. Or an errant aim, I should
Yeah,
say.
yeah. Because he's only got a half a pocket, right? Oh, he had the full thing.
Yeah,
He was tricking us.
he got us a little excited for nothing.
Right, SVP on the hill.
Awesome playing. Awesome playing by Shane.
Building up the suspense for us.
Yeah, I don't know how many matches Alex was on the stream, but Alex has played exceptional all 4 days.
Since I've known him.
Yeah, I mean, super consistent. He's been working out every day. I've been seeing him in the gym every day in the casino. He's maintaining his body and his mind, and he's quite the player. Very strong emotionally. He's not phased, you know, by the current score. He's just hoping he gets an opportunity to come back. He's obviously a person of integrity. He's racking the racks very well.
He's a good guy. He really
Shane's
is.
been breaking and not saying anything about the rack, not trying to change anything.
Oh, there you go.
And
Alex
here's
might have a chance at the table.
Alex's opportunity, and what does Shane leave him? Can Shane clip the left side and leave him safe behind this 6-7-2?
Won't be much of an opportunity then.
Well, at this point, just to get to the table, something for
He may-
Alex.
he may
Shane
have-
does have a push option.
He may have to push.
Now, what's the right push here? What do you tie up? Does he put the 5 with the 2 and the 7 and the 6?
I'm going to like to do what Shane does. That was perfect.
I don't know. He broke the 2 out. I'm not sure.
If he wanted to do that.
I'm just not sure if that's what I would have played or why he played that particular spot. Now, if Alex can clip the 1 on the right side with inside English, he could probably get the cue sort of around the 5 or the 6 or the 7. He's got to hit it very well, but he doesn't really have any choice here. He can't really give this back to Shane.
Yeah, if you hit it too thick, that one is going to wander over towards that left corner pocket too, so you got to be careful.
Yeah. He could also use outside English and try to do the same shot and maybe clip it into the 8 and have it hit the underside of the 8. The 8 will slow the progress a little bit of the 1.
Rail first?
Well, no, just hit the 1 into the 8 and then have the 1 go a little further to the left. You know, if you hit the left side of the 8, it's going to go, because he's got to hit a thin cut anyway. He could also use outside English. So he has both options here. I personally like the inside because it forces me to cut the 1 a little more. The deflection makes me overcut the 1 slightly, which I like. Wow. I don't think I could have.
Whoa.
I don't think I could have let Shane back to the table with this opportunity. You know.
Yeah, Alex apparently didn't like it. He didn't see something coming out on his end. He says, hey, let Shane shoot it.
He felt like he was going to leak out somehow if he tried it. So
Let's watch Shane perform here.
I'm curious which one he chooses, whether the inside English or the outside English. Looks to me like he's using a little inside. I used outside. And this was the other option. And
He got good.
he got great. And I have to think Alex could have played that shot just as well. You know,
He just didn't see it as well, maybe. He wasn't comfortable with it.
yeah, he's jacked up. He's going to try to pop this in. This will be the shot of the match if Alex can put this down. I'm rooting for him, and I think he hit Another great jump shot with no reward. This is the second amazing jump shot that Alex hit and didn't get rewarded for it. And that could just be what cost him this match, to be honest.
He can do a good kick here and leave the cue ball close to that 7-6.
He doesn't want to separate. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter because the 6 and 7 go in the lower left, but I think I like going 2 rails, short, long, and attacking the 2, pushing it towards the 8 ball, and hoping I get the cue behind the 6-7. Is that what you were saying, Troy?
No.
You're thinking 1 rail? I think the 2 rails probably.
I think the 2 rails a sellout.
I don't. I think he's got some options with the 2 rail where he might leave it safe. If he can bank the 2 towards that second diamond by the 8 ball, at least he won't sell out. I like this choice. I really do. He might get him behind the 6-7.
We'll soon see. I think it's just only one way to hit it good.
Okay, well, he sold out like you said.
No, you made it. Almost.
But if he hit it thicker, you see the result. You know, he hit it with the right speed. He just hit it too thin.
Yeah, there was just only one little spot that you could hit it where he wouldn't sell out. Well, either way, he lets Shane back at the table, and Shane is on the hill. This is for the win.
Shane's
folks.
on the hill on fire and take no prisoner type mentality, which he needs to be in, but just can't say enough about Alex. He's been playing amazing. Just didn't have an opportunity. That's sometimes what happens with these races to 9. I know they seem long to.
Brought back play.
It's such a short set for the level of play that's here at Turning Stone. You
Well,
know.
Alex is not out of it. He's
Yeah,
just,
no, he's going to the B side.
yeah.
No, I hear you.
He's still capable of coming from the other side. But he's just going to face Aranis next.
He still will have a chance to win this.
And if he gets through Aranis, then he's got another shot at Shane. If not, then Aranis is going to move forward, and we'll have that final, Shane and Aranis.
All these guys are good guys, so I'm excited to see whoever wins. But
It's a race to 13, single race, no double elimination.
I like that he played foul there instead of draw. A lot of guys would have drawn that shot, and they would have been on the wrong side of the 7 to get to the 8. You know, that's such a small little detail there that I think Shane just excels at. You know, Alex is conceding. Great
There it
performance
is.
from both guys.
Yeah, he does make life easier when he makes shots like that. Thank you, Al.
Yeah, thanks so much
Thank
for
you,
having us
Mike.
Thank
out.
you guys. And you guys got a trip.
We got a trip? Where are we going?
I don't know. I think you're catching a train, aren't you?